They've been called the most Christmassy rock and roll band in the world. High-flying hit makers as notorious offstage as they are onstage.
These people were outlaws. These people lived on the edge.
We watched It's a Wonderful Life 26 times straight.
They are the quintessential Christmas rock and roll band. They've taken over the platform vacated by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra eons ago.
Now, the controversial and uncompromising story of the Christmas Groove. The story behind the music. The Christmas Groove started in 2004 in a sleepy suburban town in Northeast Ohio. A couple of friends decided that they wanted to put on a Christmas concert, the likes of which had never been seen before.
I was blown away by this concept. I immediately quit my job to go on the road with these guys.
When Eric first asked me if I'd be in the band, I was interested, but obviously I had to talk to my management team, which is my mom. She said it was fine as long as I was in bed by 8 o'clock.
Just so great. Didn't he do a great job?
Despite the positive reaction of all those in attendance, the band felt like they needed something more.
The word in the street was there was this new piano player in town, something like a combination of Little Richard and Liberace. So we immediately made a phone call and set up a meeting.
How did I get the name Wild Man?
So we went out to breakfast with this guy, and he puts hot sauce on his eggs.
It was epic.
Lazy.
Wild Man.
We knew right then and there it was this kind of creative genius that was going to put us over the top.
I really felt something for these people.
What was that?
Pity. Yeah, pity. When they asked me to join the band, I was worried for my own safety if I said no.
Oh, you better watch out.
After Wild Man joined their ranks, attendance grew exponentially.
Santa Claus is coming to town!
Oh, stop, sweetie. That is so good. I'm so proud of you. Such a good job. Wasn't that good?
Despite their onstage success, offstage, things were beginning to fall apart.
If it wasn't one thing, it was another with these guys. The E-flat incident, I thought these guys were going to kill each other.
Hey, Ray, sounds like you're playing an E-flat over here. It's creating some dissonance.
This chord?
Yeah, that one.
Let me change it to a D sharp for you.
Oh, there it is. Sounds super.
Thanks, David.
The tension in the room was palpable. It was like if tension were butter, and you could cut it with a butter knife. But not if the butter's half melted, because then it cuts easy. I'm talking about when it's cold and it first comes out of the fridge and you have to...
However, despite all the fighting, the band hit the road and played to bigger and bigger crowds each night. Fame finally got to Eric's head. He felt like the band was holding him back and that he could find greater success on his own.
You know, a lot of people came up to me after the show and said how great it was, but they said it'd be a lot better with more bass solos.
We should have seen the writing on the wall.
He really started acting up at rehearsals.
Eric, do you mind sitting out this verse? Michael Bolton doesn't need to sit out verses, and neither do I. Can't work under these conditions. When I was on American Idol, they didn't do this to me. Oh, my own dressing room.
So Eric left the band to perform his own solo Christmas show.
All right, guys, you're going to have to sing since I couldn't get any background singers. This next song is Play That Christmas Music, Santa.
It was an instant failure.
He is no Justin Bieber.
He is no Justin Timberlake.
You know, 2 hours of Christmas disco bass lines, it's not as festive as you might think.
After Eric rejoined the band, they decided they needed someone to take them to the next level. They found that someone in world-famous alternative rock producer Joe Violi.
They came to me and said they wanted to record an album. So we went into the studio, and I have to be honest, it was like nothing I've ever heard before.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
We played our hearts out because we knew that working with a producer of this caliber was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This guy, he produced anybody who was anybody. He did Milli Vanilli, for crying out loud. Anything he touched, gold.
And after we finished the first song, he looked straight at us and he said something that totally changed our sound forever.
Don't play another note ever. Now, what I meant was for them to never assemble again. But somehow, they thought I was telling them to do some kind of avant-garde performance.
Genius! Pure genius! Silence! You know, it's music's original alternative.
The band put out an album with nothing on it. It was the best-selling debut album ever. Their national live tour was just as successful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
It was the easiest $500 I ever made.
The new sound had propelled them to superstardom. Unfortunately, their success was short-lived, and discontent in the band was becoming the norm. That's when things came to a head.
That tension butter was beginning to spread over all of us, like we're a piece of bread with butter on it. But only if the butter's half melted, because then it spreads easily. I mean,
we needed a change. We were playing nothing to nobody.
Scott's mom even stopped coming to the shows.
So Rob comes to us with this idea. He says we should play Little Drummer Boy and have drums spanning from one side of the stage to the other. People banging on buckets, barrels, and a huge drum line.
And we were all like, wow, what a knucklehead. Nobody wants to see that.
Talk about dumb ideas. We were making a living doing nothing. Why does he have to go and mess with it?
He only gave me one microphone to work with anyway, so I'm not really sure what he was thinking.
You ever tried to butter a waffle?
Despite their initial objections, the band came around to the idea, and it has rekindled their friendships as well as the magic of Christmas. As a result, year after year, more and more people experience the Christmas groove, brought to them by a band transformed from humble beginnings to internationally famous rock stars.
Seriously, you ever tried to butter a waffle? See, the Christmas groove is like, no, life. Life is like buttering a waffle. What I mean is it's really difficult, and no matter how hard you try, things don't go the way you want them to, and you end up just making a big mess of things. But there are those times where everything just gets right in the grooves, and there ain't anything like it. I mean, when you experience that groove, there ain't anything like it. Nothing. Sorry. Keep rolling, sorry.
Aw, group hug, guys.
And that's what makes the Christmas groove the Christmas groove. It's like a big group hug to your buttered waffle.